Stan Lee said, if you have an idea that you genuinely believe is good, don't let some idiot talk you out of it. Now, I'm not saying anyone's parents are idiots, but they are definitely ignorant and they lack knowledge of your experiences because they haven't had the experiences that you have, and they have not experienced them through your own eyes. Your parents are of a different generation, so they are going to struggle to comprehend ideas that you may have that may align with what other people might do today. They will struggle to comprehend how this could benefit you, because if they were to do it maybe like 20 years ago, it simply either wouldn't work, or their parents would either be extremely strict with them, punish them, or straight up just deny them. I'm all for respecting your parents, but do not let your parents control your lives. The relationship that you have with your mother and your father is a parental relationship. It is not a dictatorship. The fact that they're your parents does not give them the power to just completely control your lives at the age of 20 years old or 21, 18, whatever. Your parents love you, but they don't love you in a way that they trust you to take care of yourself, or they don't trust you to make your own decisions, which is why they have tried to have such an influence on whatever you do. If we're being completely honest, if you were to not do what your parents says, your parents do not expect you to perform. They do not expect you to do well. That's why they strictly want you to listen to exactly what they say. Because I remember hearing someone say that your parents will try and live vicariously through you. For those of you who don't know what vicariously means, it means to experience something through another person. So, for example, your parents, let's say they didn't get to go to college, they didn't get to go to university, so they want you to have all the opportunities that they never had. But in doing that, they forget one thing. They forget to actually consider what you actually want as a person, because your parents want the best for you, but they do not know what is best for you. There's only one person who knows what's best for you, and that is God. And yes, your parents may want the best for you, that is true. But at the end of the day, no one is going to want the best for you more than yourself. If you have a dream, if you have a goal, to help you reach a certain point in life, to help you reach a certain status, aspiration, no one is going to have your best interests at heart more than yourself, because you're not going to make a decision purposely that's going to make you fail. But your parents do not see that. I'm sorry, but when you become a certain age, your life is no longer their responsibility. Like, let's say you become the age of 18 or 19, 20, whatever. Your life is no longer their responsibility. Your life becomes your responsibility. What happens with your future is completely up to you. It has nothing to, it's not down to your parents. So, but a lot of parents fail to understand that because they don't trust them to make the bigger, they don't trust them to make the bigger decisions about their own life that are going to have a strong impact. A lot of people's parents are truly holding them back. They're truly holding them back from being great, from achieving their personal goals, to even wanting to communicate with their parents in the first place. Because let's be honest, there's a lot of us out there who don't talk to our parents about what we want to do in the future. Or we don't give them the full picture because we know that they would never understand. And I'm telling you now, your life is your responsibility. So please prioritize whatever you want to do above anything else. It doesn't matter if it's what your mom says, your dad says. If whatever your mom or your dad says doesn't align, actually, let me word it like this. If your mom and your dad's best interests about you do not align with your best interests about yourself, always prioritize your own best interests about yourself above that. whatever best interest that you have about yourself, they automatically trump anything that anyone else has to say. Because it is your life at the end of the day. It's not theirs. They're not living through you. I have said this before, but as many decisions about your life, try and make sure that you are the one making them. Do not let people let people make decisions about your life as little as possible. I mean, of course, there's stuff like the law and the government, which, I mean, there's not much we could do about that. But if you truly want to do something, and there's people around you telling you, no, this is a bad idea, don't do this, or your parents telling you, no, you're not doing this, you're gonna do this. If you genuinely believe wholeheartedly in your complete heart, if there is something bigger than you telling you to do that, go ahead and do it. Now, I'm not saying don't listen to your parents, or I'm not saying do not listen to what people have to say. Always listen to what people have to say, but don't just proceed with that action just because someone has told you to do something. Listen to what they have to say, analyze that information, decide whether you believe that it is a good decision to follow through with what they said. And if you truly in your whole heart believe that it is, then go ahead. But if you know that you don't, do not just follow what they say. Do whatever you want to do. And if that action has consequences that you've made from you doing whatever you want to do, don't go running to whoever the person is. Don't go complaining. You, at the end of the day, are your own person. You have decided to make a decision and it had consequences. But at the end of the day, at that time, you thought that you were doing what was best for yourself. So there will be no point dwelling on it or being upset about it. Now you are going to feel, now regardless of that, you may feel some sort of pain, you may feel some form of suffering, struggle. But by the time you wake up the next day, you better get back to work to the point where it's like the previous day just didn't even happen. Look at it as a form of contract. When you decide that you are going to do whatever you want to do, some things are going to work out maybe first try, some things are just not going to work out the first try, and they may have consequences. Now, with those consequences, accept them and move on. Cry as much as you need to, be sad as much as you need to, but make sure that you continue to work to make whatever your situation or whatever you're chasing better, or whatever you're chasing, continue to work to reach it. Do not let the fact that you failed 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times just make you stop completely and go back to listening to what everyone else says. I promise you, if you go through life doing what you want to do, by the time it's over, you'll never be able to say, oh, I wish I never listened to my parents because I could have did so much more stuff. I could have traveled the world. I could have chased my dreams. I could have been a dancer, an actor, a singer, a content creator. I wish I never just went to school, went to college, went to university just because my parents wanted me to, just to get them off my back.